Created by the talented Canadian cartoonist Jay Stevens, the show The Secret Saturdays introduces us to the Saturdays, a unique family of cryptozoologists. Their mission? To safeguard the world from the wicked plans of VV Argos, while keeping the existence of cryptids, those mythical creatures we all secretly wish were real, under wraps. The Secret Saturdays consists of a total of 2 seasons with 37 episodes, and despite its short run, it's one of the most memorable cartoons that I watched as a child. So let's join the Saturdays on their thrilling adventures as they navigate a world teeming with secrets and supernatural wonders. In this awesome show, there's this super ancient bad guy named Kur. He's like the first ever dragon or whatever, a super old Sumerian creature that used to boss around all the other mystical creatures. Back in the day, Kur caused chaos everywhere, until this hero named Gilgamesh stepped up. With the help of the Legion of Garuda, they teamed up to beat Kur and sent his spirit packing. This epic battle got famous and even got its own story called the Epic of Gilgamesh. Before Kur got defeated, someone used a piece of him to make a powerful thing called the Naga Relic. And get this, Kur's spirit stuck around in this thing called the Kur Stone to stay alive. So it is possible we might see him later on in the show. Now, several hundred years passed, and there was this Yeti named Argos who resided in a mountain range. One day, a family was passing by and Argos attacked them, which most probably caused the demise of the parents, but the remaining 2 siblings were separated, never to see each other again. One of them, the girl named Drew, was adopted by the monks who trained her in martial arts and gave her a Tibetan fire sword once she finished her training. The other sibling, the boy named Doyle, hated himself for this incident so much that he convinced himself that he never had a family to begin with, and it was all just a dream. He went on to become a formidable soldier, and the 2 were unaware of the other's existence for a major part of their early life. Argos, on the other hand, had a new goal in mind, which was to obtain the power of Kur by locating the Kur stones. Alongside his partner Xing Xing, he watched TV to learn the human language so the 2 could walk among the people and go unnoticed. In another time skip to a more modernized world, we had Drew and her husband Doc, who went to Iraq with a team of archaeologists to find a Kur stone. Before they could examine it, one of the workers, who was Argos in disguise, stole the stone and showcased it on Weird World, a show that he started running to gain an audience. Okay, this guy is so extra. Doc and Drew tracked it down and got it back at the cost of many lives. Once they recognized the stone's potential danger, they decided to break it apart into 3 pieces. One of them is with a couple, and the other 2 belong to Henry Chiveo and Miranda Gray, respectively. Meanwhile, Argos is a rich man now, hosting a show called Weird World where he showcases all the oddities of the world. And now it's time to get to the first episode. But right before that, some context. The Saturdays, the main characters of the series, are a family of cryptozoologists who travel the world to study and protect cryptids. Let's meet them one by one. Dr. Solomon Doc Saturday. He is the patriarch of the family and a skilled scientist. Doc is the head of the Saturday family and leads their expeditions to study and capture cryptids. He is known for his intelligence and resourcefulness in dealing with various challenges. Drew Saturday. Drew is the wife of Doc and the mother of Zach. She's an expert in martial arts and a skilled pilot. Drew actively participates in the family's adventures, contributing her combat skills and knowledge to their missions. Zach is the son of Doc and Drew and is 11 years old from the first episode. Zach's abilities, which we will discuss later, make him a central figure in the Saturday's adventures. And his journey to understand and harness his powers is a significant storyline in the series as well. The family also has 2 pet cryptids, Fiskerton and Kamado, who also play crucial roles in the series. Alright, that's it. Let's get to the episodes. Opening with 1, the Saturdays are after the elusive Cameroon flashlight frog, and upon finding it, Zach shows his unpolished psychic ability to connect with cryptids, allowing him to control their actions to an extent, as well as communicate physically in their minds. While this is going on, the family's home is invaded by Van Rook and his apprentice seeking pieces of the Kur stone. The Saturdays defend their home and later discover that Dr. Gray and Dr. Chiveo, fellow holders of Kur stone pieces, have fallen victim to Argos' schemes. Argos, after acquiring the stone pieces, plans to unleash chaos in Manaus, and the Saturdays, along with Dr. Chiveo, prepare to confront him. In Part 2, the family heads to Manaus to thwart VV Argos's attempt to obtain the final core stone piece. A mid-air clash leads to their airship crashing in the Amazon. Tensions rise as Zack's risky stunt is met with disapproval from Drew, prompting a conversation between the two. Facing challenges with the Ornithosaurus, Tapir Lawara cryptid, and a confrontation with Argos, Zack's decision to save the cryptid over capturing Argos leads to the escape of the antagonist with the stone pieces. The family adopts the Ornithosaurus named Zon and discovers the pressing of the stone's inscriptions. While translating the inscriptions, the family anticipates further cryptid adventures and uncovers Argos' mysterious map on his TV show. Then we have the episode Van Rook's Apprentice. In the quest for the Alkali Lake monster's horn, the Saturdays clash with Van Rook and his apprentice. Underwater, Drew discovers the apprentice's face, sparking a childhood memory. Returning to headquarters with the horn, Drew grapples with the possibility that the guy she found might be her long-lost brother Doyle. As Doyle seeks confirmation, he contacts Drew for assistance, leading to an attack by VV Argos. Despite repelling Argos, Drew suspects a trap. Later, Doyle, disillusioned with Argos, offers his aid to the Saturdays, bringing a piece of the core stone. He proposes a collaboration against Argos for a fair fee and a place to stay, marking a potential shift in alliances. In the episode The Owlman Feeds at Midnight, the Saturdays investigate the Owlman phenomenon in Monan, southern England, using a core stone piece as a guide. Doyle, seeking payment, assists them. The family discovers the Owlman sightings are a hoax orchestrated by a local man, Ian. Despite the revelation, a real threat emerges when Zack is abducted by a genuine owlman, and the family confronts a cult worshipping the creature. Doyle, infiltrating the cult, aids Zack in a plan to expose their scheme. However, the situation escalates, leading to Zack's perilous encounter with the Owlman. The family, Doyle included, overcomes challenges, exposing the Owlman as a cryptid and discovering a map hinting at Kor's tomb. Despite the success, tensions arise due to Doyle accidentally putting Zack in danger, prompting Doyle to leave the Saturdays, for now. In Black Monday, the Saturdays come across a cursed mirror in an ancient temple, which, when shattered, ends up destroying the temple and knocking Zack out. When he wakes up from his unconscious state, he finds a duplicate of himself called Zack Monday. This new Zack Monday is an evil maniac who wants to take over Zack Saturday's life by trapping him in the mirror. Soon after, Drew arrives and tells them that their coexistence can cause an imbalance in the universe, which will end everything. Soon after, the whole Monday family shows up wanting to take over the Saturdays, and it becomes an all-out brawl for the mirror's possession. Amidst the chaos, Zack Monday ends up using the mirror on his own family and gets sucked in himself. However, when the Saturdays make their exit, Zack Monday and Kamado Monday appear once again in the real world, setting the stage for future conflicts. In Cryptid vs. Cryptid, the Saturdays uncover an underground cryptid fighting ring run by Leonidas Van Rook, sparking an investigation. Fisk, involved in the fights, experiences a power surge. The family, led by Doyle, intervenes, releasing the captive cryptids. However, the Rakshasa emerges, causing chaos and leading to Zack's power surge. Amidst the turmoil, it's revealed that the arena is Kor's tomb, and Zack unintentionally aided Argos by freeing the cryptid guardian. A showdown ensues between Doyle and Van Rook. Meanwhile, Van Rook's attempt to escape fails, unveiling his identity, which puts him in jail. The episode concludes with a mysterious stone featuring Fiskerton's face, hinting at his role in unlocking Kor's secrets. In Something in the Water, the Saturdays discover Sanctuary 2, a hidden city powered by a captive Lao cryptid. When two Lao attack due to their mother's imprisonment, Doyle is hired to capture them. Zack and Fiskerton join him and they succeed. However, back at Sanctuary 2, Doc and Drew uncover the cruel use of the mother Lao for electricity. A conflict ensues between the Saturdays and the city's inhabitants. Doyle, feeling remorse, returns to help Zack release the cryptids, resulting in the destruction of Sanctuary 2. On the airship, unexpected apologies are exchanged between Doyle and Doc, acknowledging their newfound familial connection. Despite Doyle's refusal to move in, he promises to stay in touch and jokes about getting Zack a motorcycle before flying off with a farewell jet. In Target Fiskerton, Argos and his servant Munya decide to break Van Rook out of prison so they can kidnap Fiskerton for reasons we'll find out soon. They lure the Saturdays with a trap, staging the existence of a fake cryptid. When the Saturdays arrive, Fiskerton is tasked with protecting young Zack. However, a situation arises in which the two get stuck on a train that is headed to a dead end. In this pivotal moment, Argos gives Fiskerton a choice. Either save yourself and let the kid die, or come with us in turn for Zack's safety. Fiskerton, who was tasked to protect Zack in the first place, chooses the latter option and leaves with the villain. In Once More the Nightmare Factory, the Saturday family, including Doyle, infiltrates Weird World to rescue Fiskerton. During the mission, the Queen of Nagas discloses to Argos that Fiskerton is not Kor, but a Lemurian who can lead him to Kor. Doyle overhears this revelation and intervenes to rescue Fiskerton. While overcoming various challenges, Drew successfully photographs the final Core Stone piece. The family safely escapes with Fiskerton, and Doc acknowledges Doyle's unique skills, asking him to train Zack. Doyle agrees, keeping the crucial information they discovered a secret from the rest of the family. In the Core Guardian, Zack and Doyle collaborate to investigate Fiskerton's Lemurian origins, seeking assistance from Abby Gray. The trail leads them to Shangri-La, where a mind-reading stone unveils Fiskerton's destiny as the guardian against Kor's threats. Ronnie Nagi intervenes with intentions to eliminate Fiskerton, but he resists. As the truth emerges, Fiskerton decides it's time to disclose the information to Doc and Drew. Amidst unfolding events, Fiskerton's flashback to his time with the Saturdays help him contemplate the repercussions of revealing the truth to Zack. In the episode Food of the Giants, the Saturdays and Abby venture to the Allegheny Mountains to address a cryptid issue involving the Alajui. Unexpectedly, Abby, now Van Rook's apprentice, sets traps, intending to lead the family for the Alajui to devour. However, she falls victim to her own traps alongside the Saturdays. Once the Alajui releases them to hunt them down as prey, the group shifts the tables, turning the situation in their favor. In a surprising twist, Abby puts her life on the line to save Zack and Doyle, but pledges to fulfill the task she was hired to complete. In the Atlas Pin, Argos pilfers Ronnie Nagi's core-detecting relic, prompting her to threaten to unleash the Atlas Pin, the colossal rock stabilizing Earth's tectonic plates, unless the Saturdays retrieve it. The family splits into two teams, with Doyle, Zahn, Doc, and Fiskerton tracking Argos, while Zack, Drew, and Komodo pursue Ronnie Nagi. In Kumari Kandam, Drew's team faces the city's serpent under Ronnie Nagi's influence, but manages to subdue it. They confront Ronnie Nagi, who triggers the Atlas Pin in retaliation. Ulraj, the city serpent, intervenes to save the day. Simultaneously, Doc's team engages in a fierce battle with Argo, successfully recovering the relic. Fiskerton destroys the relic, opting to rely on instincts to find Kor. However, Doyle secretly collects the relic pieces, feeling compelled to follow his own instincts. Then we have the stage-setting episode Shadows of Lemuria. As the quest for Kor intensifies, the Saturdays employ paraneurologist Dr. David Barra to decipher the mysteries behind Fiskerton's instincts. Simultaneously, Vivi Argos deploys a Nephirus neural parasite to forcibly extract Kor's location from Fiskerton. Unbeknownst to the Saturdays, Doyle discreetly repairs the Kor-sensing artifact. When the neural parasite latches onto Fiskerton, his brain seizes control of Barra's equipment, leading to the creation of destructive Fiskbots that wreak havoc on the Saturdays' home. Utilizing the wreckage, Fiskerton constructs a divining rod. Following Zack's successful removal of the parasite, Fiskerton discloses that Kor's revelation awaits in Antarctica. While the Saturdays embark on their journey to find Kor, Argos, monitoring through the neural parasite, sets forth for the same destination. Then, in the Season 1 finale, Kor Rising, we are taken to Antarctica, where the Saturdays discover a creature they believe to be Kor encased in ice. But their hopes are shattered when Argos releases it, revealing a colossal multi-headed behemoth. As chaos ensues, Zack attempts to connect with Kor using his powers, but a surge hurls him away. Another colossal worm emerges, and the Saturdays engage in a fierce battle. Realizing Argos controls Kor from within, Zack, with Fiskerton's support, infiltrates the creature. Inside, they confront Argos, who manipulates Kor to release cryptids and gain the power of flight. Zack fights Argos, and the cryptids turn against him, rendering the villain powerless. In the aftermath of all this, the Kor detecting device unveils shocking revelations. Zack himself is Kor, marked by a symbol on his eyes. The startling truth leaves everyone in disbelief as Zack's destiny takes a profound turn. And now Season 2 begins with Core Part 1. Unveiling Zack as Core, the Saturdays become fugitives pursued by both the secret scientists and the Nagas, putting the entire family at risk. Zack recognizes the danger his existence poses to his loved ones. Simultaneously, the Nagas target Zack, aiming to guide him and the cryptids into a transformative era. Meanwhile, Doyle encounters Leonidas Van Rook, who recently lost his business to Abby. While seeking Vivi Argos, who has mysteriously vanished, Doyle finds himself entangled in a web of mysteries and conflicts, adding a layer of complexity to the family's predicament. The intertwined pursuit of Zack's identity and the consequences it brings creates a tense and intricate narrative for the Saturdays. In Core Part 2, the Saturdays confront the imminent threat of the Nagas and other cryptids aiming to invade the world, starting with Manhattan. Simultaneously, Doyle, Zahn, and Leonidas Van Rook continue their quest to locate Vivi Argos, leading them to apparent evidence of Argos' demise. The Saturdays mistakenly anticipate the Nagi invasion in Hong Kong, but are surprised to find it unfolding in New York. A surge in Zack's power results in an explosive event, leaving Zack feeling untrustworthy. However, with encouragement from his father, Zack takes on the responsibility of stopping the invasion. A mysterious black figure, revealed to be Argos, intervenes and proposes to help and train Zack. Argos provides a list of cryptids for Zack to train with, leaving him with a decisive choice atop the Empire State Building. Despite Fiskerton's disapproval, Zack ultimately agrees and Argos departs, leaving Zack with newfound challenges and responsibilities. The Saturdays embark on a trip to Mexico in pursuit of the Ahuizotl cryptid after Zack learns about it on Weird World. Taking advantage of the proximity to a beach resort, the family decides to enjoy a brief vacation. Because why not? However, their leisure is disrupted when Miranda Gray and Deadbolt track them down. A battle ensues, resulting in defeat of Deadbolt and the Saturdays tossing Miranda into the jungle. The family then stumbles upon a village where the inhabitants wear masks. While easily defeating the masked villagers, Zack notices one without eyes. A mysterious cry sends the villagers fleeing, prompting the Saturdays to investigate. Encountering the Ahuizotl, a monkey-like creature with a tail hand that steals eyes, the family is forced to fight. A young girl named Tika provides them with masks, preventing the Ahuizotl from stealing their sight. In the ensuing battle, Zack discovers he can control cryptids without eye contact. The Saturdays manage to steal the Ahuizotl in its tomb and learn that the villagers plan to sacrifice Miranda to the creature. As they leave, Drew and Doc discover Zack watching Weird World, resulting in Drew throwing the television out of the airship. Now that's a healthy reaction. In Into the Mouth of Darkness, the Saturdays redirect their journey to Greenland to search for an ancient Sumerian tablet, but a bunyip cryptid infestation forces a detour to Australia. Zack grapples with maintaining the secret alliance with Argos while helping his parents locate the monster in an abandoned mine. Separating from his family, Zack confronts Argos alone, discovering that he is the monster the cryptids fear and that his powers are corrupting him. Allowing Argos to escape, Zack hides this revelation from his parents. Simultaneously, Doyle and Van Rook pursue Baron Finster to uncover Argos' past. The duo learns that Argos was once penniless, shedding light on the enigmatic villain's origins. In the Legion of Garuda, the Saturdays uncover a secret of Indian sorcerers when they find a lost text of the Epic of Gilgamesh in King Olaf's grave. This text reveals that these sorcerers had successfully driven out the spirit of Kor in the past. Hoping that they can repeat this feat, the Saturdays embark on a quest to locate them. Pursued by the secret scientists, including Miranda and Deadbolt, the Saturdays manage to escape once again. In a not-so-friendly town, they find no useful information but notice a strange ghostly girl. Following her, they encounter Gokul, the headmaster of the Legion of Garuda, who explains that a ritual using the Flute of Gilgamesh can drive out the spirit of Kor. Retrieving the stolen artifact from the Nagas, the Saturdays perform the ritual only to discover that it requires killing Kor, who is Zack himself. The Nagas, secret scientists, and the Saturdays unite to save Zack, but Gokul escapes. Argos seizes the opportunity to take the flute after their departure. In the return of Tsul Kalu, the Saturdays return to their still-demolished headquarters, seeking to retrieve tomes from Drew's library. However, they are ambushed by Tsul Kalu, a cryptid whose hand now resides at the end of Zack's claw. Simultaneously, Doyle and Van Rook uncover information on Argos while searching for Abby Gray. Throughout the episode, whenever Zack attempts to use his powers on Tzul-Kalu, both experience 5 visions. In Zack's visions, they witness Fisk and Kamado growling with glowing eyes amid ruins of burning buildings, a crashed airplane, a giant elephant bug creature, and Nagas pursuing humans, and the blue Naga swimming in the water addressing Zack as Master Kor, and finally, cryptids hunting down a human while Zack, also Kor, responds, "Because you're human." The last vision shows Zack running toward a mirror, seeing his future self break it. Feeling disheartened and believing that even good cryptids consider him evil, Zack gives up and hands Tzul-Kalu the claw. However, Tzul-Kalu returns it, bows, and departs, acknowledging Zack's inherent goodness despite being Kor. As the rest of the family arrives, Zack mentions winning an ally in Tzul-Kalu. The episode The Unblinking Eye unfolds in the Sahara as the Saturdays seek tranquility, only to be interrupted by a friend, Agent Epsilon, and his people offering isolation and protection in exchange for Zack's cooperation in controlling his powers. When the Saturdays decline, Epsilon attempts to kidnap Zack, prompting the family to escape in their airship. Zack pleads for the Saturdays to continue helping cryptids, leading them to agree and relocate a Lake Van monster. Epsilon's people track Zack with a satellite, and while the Saturdays distract them, Doc and Drew devise a plan to disable the satellite. Doc destroys it in a space station, riding the blast current back to Earth, while Zack helps the Lake Van monster. The revelation that Agent Epsilon and his son Francis are clones of a perfect agent they found years ago, and despite a tense encounter, Francis lets Zack go, and the Saturdays successfully return the Lake Van monster to its home, deeming it a good day for the monsters. In Life in the Underground, Zack's birthday bash takes an unexpected turn with the arrival of his friends Ulraj and Wadi, setting the stage for surprises. As the Saturdays celebrate, news of cryptid attacks prompts their investigation. Amidst the chaos, Zack's connection with Wadi becomes more apparent. A confrontation with Argos unfolds in a clock tower, unveiling Kor's potential to command cryptids remotely. The trio of Zack, Wadi, and Ulraj delves underground to pursue the cryptids, leading to a precarious situation in a pit filling with dirt. Recalling Argos' cryptic hint, Zack taps into his own growing abilities, summoning a cryptid to their rescue. The cryptid's true intention emerges. They're building a survival colony to shield themselves from Kor. Zack, assuring a stance of non-hostility, earns their trust. In an unexpected turn, Argos hands Zack a neural parasite for future communication, prompting objections from Fisk. In the episode And Your Enemies Closer, Doyle and Van Rook journey to Drew's home temple to share information about the stolen cryptid with her. As they reunite, Doyle realizes it's his first time back in the mountains and, upon learning about their tragic past, requests to see the exact spot where they were separated. Meanwhile, Doc, Kamado, Zack, and Fiskerton collaborate with the secret scientists to contain a revolving beast in Beeman's lab, striking a deal to halt the creature's rampage. Drew guides Doyle to the fateful spot, triggering memories of sliding down a slope and ending up in an orphanage after their parents were attacked by a cryptid. Shocked by the revelation, Drew and Doyle confront the monks about concealing the presence of cryptids in the mountains. The monks disclose that the cryptid, a Yeti, had attacked others and explained their unsuccessful attempts to hunt it down. Drew, eager to see the Yeti's lair, discovers disrupting trinkets taken from victims. Simultaneously, Zack faces the need to use the neural parasite provided by Argos to capture a monster. However, Argos' true intentions unfold on a secret island as he reveals his past actions, stealing the Flute of Gilgamesh and orchestrating a ritual to extract Zack Monday's anti-Kor powers. Ooh, almost forgot that little troublemaker. The shocking revelation occurs as Argos removes his mask, exposing himself as a cryptid. In a fierce battle on the island, Zack confronts Argos, who discloses his ability to control a cryptid army. Despite the intervention of Tzul-Kalu, Doc, Kamado, and Fiskerton, Argos and Munya manage to escape, leaving the Saturdays with the daunting realization of Argos' newfound power over cryptids. And now it's finally here, the episode War of the Cryptids, where we learn about Argos' past and how he foiled a scheme to walk among humans. After he unleashes a horde of cryptids worldwide, the Secret Saturdays engage in an intense battle to counter the cryptid invasion. Simultaneously, the secret scientists employed a flute of Gilgamesh with the aim of subduing both Zack and Argos. Yet, the music's potency proves fatal to both adversaries. Miranda, realizing the scientists' hidden agenda, aligns herself with Drew to halt the perilous music. Meanwhile, Rani Nagi and the Naga persuade Argos that he embodies the true core worth following after absorbing Zack Monday's negative core powers. Encouraged by this revelation, Argos abandons his plan to enslave humanity, opting to annihilate it instead. In a final confrontation at Argos' mansion, Drew's attempt to strike Argos is foiled by Rani Nagi. As she is about to take Zack down, Van Rook takes the hit to save him and dies on the spot. Concurrently, Zack cautions Argos about the hazardous consequences of his power but reluctantly agrees to a deal, leading to the transfer of the core power. However, the fusion of matter and antimatter spawns a vortex that consumes Argos, presumably signaling his demise. And the show concludes with the Saturdays rescuing Zack, who awakens without his cryptid powers, and a poignant funeral commemorating Van Rook's sacrifice. And just like that, Argos' hunt for power leads to his death, and the world is free from his villainous schemes. Now, that would be the end of the story, but luckily for us, we also had a crossover episode titled Thank God It's Saturday. And you won't believe who makes a surprise appearance. The episode commences in a forest where the Secret Saturdays encounter a chupacabra. To their surprise, Ben Tennyson appears as the Shock Squatch, and after a brief confusion, they recognize each other. Zack shares information about Vivi Argos' show with Ben, who expresses a liking for it. Subsequently, a chupacabra attack is reported at Mr. Bauman's store. Despite Mr. Bauman's reluctance, Ben transforms into Terraspin and successfully fends off the chupacabras. Later, it is revealed that Dr. Animo is orchestrating the chupacabra attacks and has revived Vivi Argos, who now possesses a new body resembling the Jersey Devil. Argos, brought back earlier than planned due to Ben's interference, collaborates with Animo to control an army of cryptids. Ben, Rook, and the Saturdays find themselves facing Argos in Undertown, where Ben transforms into Kickenhawk to confront him. Subsequently, Vivi Argos discloses his intent to use his anti-core abilities to control the cryptid army commanded by Dr. Animo. Ben and Rook, no, not Van Rook, the other Rook, and Zack infiltrate Animo's lair to counter the threat. A battle ensues, with Ben transforming into Heat Blast to defeat Munya. Meanwhile, they receive an alert about an attack on Saturday's airship. Upon returning, they discover Argos and his cryptid army assaulting the airship. Zack's parents reassure him of their safety, and the confrontation with Vivi Argos intensifies. Dr. Animo joins the battle, aiming to capture Fiskerton for his research. As the conflict unfolds, Ben transforms into Shock Squatch and defeats the cryptid army with a massive electric attack. Simultaneously, Fiskerton escapes with chupacabras, and Kamado incapacitates Dr. Animo's mind-controlling helmet. In the final showdown, Ben, now as Blocks, delivers a powerful punch to Vivi Argos. Zack realizes he needs an absorption alien or device, prompting Ben to reveal he possesses such an ability. Fiskerton overcomes the chupacabras, and Dr. Animo's control over them falters. Ben, as feedback, absorbs power from Argos, causing his collapse. Following their victory, Zack requests a photo with Ben in alien form, highlighting the fascination people have with Ben's aliens. Rook reflects on the perception of real aliens in Undertown, and Ben acknowledges Rook as his best partner, after Kevin and Gwen, of course. The episode concludes with a group photo of the Saturdays and Ben as forearms. And this is where this awesome show leaves us. It's a show as mind-boggling as it is fun to watch. But what do you think? Let us know down in the comments, and as for everything else, if you enjoyed the video, drop us a like and press that bell icon to never miss an update. And do let us know what other series you want us to cover next. As always, thanks for watching. Peace!